So, maybe I wasn't the best person to talk about Collingswood. And just because I don't know the place that well, it doesn't mean other people won't know, right? So, I went to the streets of Collingswood to find out what other people have to say about the place. Let's see. I'm in front of Collingswood tube station to find out if is there anything interesting about the area. Can you answer two questions for me, please? No? Sir, excuse me, do you mind? Sorry, sir, do you mind answering two questions for my university project?
It's alright.
One thing is for sure, people don't like to give interviews here. So can you guys answer two questions, please? Can you answer two questions for me, please? What do you know about Collingswood?
Nothing. I'm just new in this place.
Question for my university project, please. Can you please answer me two questions for my university project? It's alright. I'm gonna give up. People look really grumpy.
Collingswood is nothing here, to be honest.
Thank you very much, that's all.
No, I'm serious, there's nothing here.
Really? Hey, where about?
Maybe Abbey Mills.
I'll give you a term. You want to record this? I'll give you a term. Yeah. Right. You know what's happening in London now? It's called economical cleansing. They don't mind. In Bosnia and places like that, it was called ethnic cleansing. In London, what's happening is economical cleansing. They don't mind you living here or there, but it's all about the what? Money. You can live anywhere you want to live, providing you can afford it. But they won't use the term of ethnic cleansing or economical cleansing. But that's what's happening. Which ordinary person definitely is going to buy a penthouse for £680,000, which you're looking behind you at? It ain't going to happen. How do we segregate and clean out and start all over again? Economical cleansing. Put that on your tape. And if I'm not alive next week, you know why. Because they heard that.
Reza a lenda que o povo inglês não gosta muito de contato físico com estranhos. Tipo, no Brasil é normal, você vai pedir informação para alguém, você rela no ombro, ô, brother, que oração. Aqui as coisas são diferentes, é o que a lenda diz. Então nós vamos ver agora, vamos perguntar para os gringos o que eles acham disso aí.
Physical contact?
Yeah, with strangers, like, hey buddy, what's up?
It's okay if it's friendly, but you don't, if it's aggressive, then it's different.
Okay.
You know, like, you don't want to push the boundary, you just have to judge what the person's like.
Yeah, but if I ask you a hug right now, would you give me a hug?
I'll give you a hug.
Now I'm going there and ask if I can film, and hopefully he will agree to talk to us. Actually, I should ask him first if I can film him and then film it. Yeah, but that's it.
speak to you or to the camera? To you. Well, my name is Patricio Forrester and I'm an artist. I don't really like community artist or activist artist or, just an artist. I make art and also I like enterprise. I like doing things. So getting something done. For instance, this mural, I called the owner and I said, look, let's do it, And he said, okay. We've been talking about it for 10 years and he never actually really came around to doing it. And this sort of taking initiative, so that's another thing, making art, but also taking initiative in where to make it, who you're making it with, getting other people involved, that sort of thing. So yeah, so that's what I do really. I think New Cross is interesting because yes, I came to study at Goldsmiths and this is the neighborhood that Goldsmiths is in. And it's a strange relationship really because a few years back the students from Goldsmiths voted voted the college the worst located college of the University of London, which is amazing really. I don't, it's just a bit of an insult, but on the other hand it's a fact. And so on the one hand, it imports all artists, middle class artists. I think I belong in that labeling really. So I came without knowing anything, but I landed in New Cross, and New Cross has traditionally been a sort of working class environment. So there is a lot of in a way segregation from the students with New Cross, the people who live in New Cross.
Será? Bem, eu vim até aqui à universidade para perguntar para os estudantes e saber qual é a opinião deles sobre isso. Vamos ver. So I bet you guys know lots of people that live in New Cross.
Yeah, I know. Most of my friends live in New Cross, yeah. Yeah, we know a few people. Yeah, we know a few people, from around.
The student population's quite close-knit, so you meet other students, yeah.
And do you know anyone that lives in New Cross and doesn't have anything to do with Goldsmiths?
Yeah. I try and be friendly with the guys at Perfect Fries because I tend to go there quite a lot, but I don't think I do other than students.
I wouldn't say it has anything to do with Goldsmiths, no. I mean, we know a lot of people who have grown up in the area and then come to university here, but there aren't that many people who have grown up here and don't come to uni that we don't necessarily know.
Well, last year we lived in Brockley and I worked in a fish and chip shop in Brockley, so I got to know a few people in the community over there, but in New Cross not so much, I suppose.
Mainly other students, but maybe who don't go to Goldsmiths, but a few UAL students and King's students live in New Cross. But yeah, that's the only people. I don't know anyone who's not a student really who lives in New Cross.
Yeah, I think it'd be much harder for the simple reason that, there's so many social environments at uni. Just for the library, for example, it may only be a work environment, but there's a social aspect to it. So I think that would be quite difficult for the local community and the students to kind of get to know each other.
Everybody likes the students. You don't get there's not big tension.
Yeah.
You just don't really jam with them.
Yeah.
You just in the pub, you just sit with the students and then you sit with the other people.
I don't think there's a big gap. One of my friends, Khalil, who's in third year as well, he's always lived in New Cross. He goes to Goldsmiths. And I wouldn't really, to be fair, I've been out with his friends who are actually from New Cross and don't go to Goldsmiths, so I wouldn't say that there's a big gap, really.
Agora, então, é só pegar o 55, para aqui na frente, a Carol falou que não deve demorar muito, e daí a gente vai pro bagel, ver qual é que é essa do bagel. Não é esse não, né? Porque esse é o 29, é o 55 que a gente tá que esperar. Vamos esperar mais um pouco, então. Tá ficando frio, né?
Para quem está vindo aqui para Montreal, para se locomover aqui na cidade, o que você indica?
Mais fácil é o metrô.
Ônibus, como funciona?
Então, ônibus tem ônibus que demora pouco, tem ônibus que demora mais. Eles têm os horários certinho. Às vezes, eles estão adiantados, aí eu fico muito brava.
O ônibus eu não indico, porque se você perder, se o ônibus passar antes, ou se você perder o ônibus, você pode ficar até 30, 40 minutos no ponto, a menos 15 esperando o ônibus.
Mas não são todos os pontos, né? Não fala assim, porque não é todo ônibus que é assim.
Eu não falei que são todos, você
mas,
não tá entendendo?
Você fala assim, mas parece que é todo.
Tá.
Pra quem você vai pros pontos principais da cidade, quem vai para o ponto principal da cidade não pega quem vai fazer os pontos turísticos não esperam 30 minutos, porque os ônibus são rápidos. Demora 30, 40 minutos, quem vai pegar o ônibus mais distante?
O que eu acho é o seguinte, os brasileiros que estão aqui, que eu conheci, eles gostam muito de Montreal, eles falam muito bem de Montreal.
Que é legal.
Me parece que eles sofreram uma lavagem cerebral e tipo, não conseguem enxergar os defeitos que tem na cidade.
Mentira.
It's been too long since I've had a roof over my head. Or at least I don't have to do the dishes or make my bed. It's true what they say about all of us folks. We spend the money on cigarettes and alcohol just to drown out our hopes.
What do I like about New Cross and Deptford? Because no one thinks they're better than anyone else. Everyone's just cool and everyone treats everyone else like they're just a normal person. I think that's right. Like they're someone who, you know, who's actually worth talking to, someone who basically deserves their time and respect. I think that's pretty cool, and I don't think you get that in some other parts of London, or around the world. Really. I think the people that say negative things about this place, they probably don't understand what the people are like, and they don't understand what the vibe is here. Because especially if you actually go and talk to people, and I don't know, maybe it's just because the persona they give off is like, you know, maybe that intimidates people a bit, and then they act how they wouldn't normally. But I think there are a lot of youth groups, which I think are a good thing. Yeah, I think maybe some more of those, and places like libraries, like you've got one library here, and then you've got another one closer to Lewisham Station, but recently the government's been cutting the funding for libraries, and that's really taking its toll. Yeah, it just means there are less things being run in places like libraries, which are actually extremely important. Like a couple of years ago, I started working with a library, and then eventually, like that moved me on to working with a reading company, and I do a lot of work with them now. I actually promote what they do on social media, and the libraries are just so vital. Like you wouldn't even believe it. When I started off just volunteering in a library. And it's just the amount of people you see coming in there. You just see all these kids who I mean, I can't imagine where they would be if they weren't in the library. You see some people who are there like every day, because I was there volunteering every day. Just people that would come there just to read books on their own, just leave when the library closes down. I just thought that was so cool. I mean, it's such a brilliant thing to do. Yeah, I think that's better than, you know, just staying at home. Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There are some negative parts about this place, but in my opinion, I would definitely say the positivity here outweighs the negativity like 10 times over. I don't know why they would focus on that. Probably because they haven't spent much time here.